Right now we are just north of the San Diego overpass going north on 95, and we're driving in the lanes that will be shifted. So the shift is happening right around here starting the weekend and will be in place. The current plan is on the morning, by your morning commute on the 11th. So right now we're just kind of moving northbound, and I have with me FDOT spokesman Ron Tittle. And how many lanes are going to be part of this lane shift?
Right, we would move the 3 lanes going northbound from I-95. They'll be shifted over, and then once we get up to where Atlantic and Phillips come in, where Atlantic Boulevard and Phillips Highway come in, then we will we will shift them also over to the existing with the 95 traffic, so that it'll all merge on up closer to town.
Okay, and we'll get up to where the bridges are in a little bit, but right now we just kind of wanted to show listeners a little bit about what you will actually be seeing, because this will be your morning commute. Obviously you don't see the lane striping and everything right now. At the time this video is being taken, there's still a little bit of construction that's ongoing, but we are on track to still have this in place by Monday morning's commute.
That's the intent.
So while we're kind of moving forward, can you talk a little bit about, maybe what we're seeing up ahead and what's going to be happening with some of the bridges exits this weekend?
Correct. You'll see the crews that are working diligently to have everything ready, and then eventually we've got to do the striping and all as well, let's say the weekend. What you see up ahead is that ramp to the right that will take you to Atlantic, but that will not be open until later on, possibly in the spring. But we're not going to be opening that to exit to Atlantic, so you would have to make a decision way back if you wanted to go Atlantic, say for instance get off at Emerson. But where that red truck is up there now, the traffic from I-95 will be shifted to this, and they will go on up toward where the red truck is, and then we'll be crossing over that bridge structure.
So by the time this lane shift is put in place, you will already be on these lanes of travel, and these 95 lanes of travel will continue in the direction straight ahead. The ramp that you see off to the side will still be closed for now. Is the plan, do you know about when that might be opened up?
They're not quite ready to open it up yet, but possibly in the springtime. I'm not sure exact dates yet. They've still got a lot of work still to finish some things right there that would open up to Atlantic.
Okay, so if we keep going straight, and you can see the normal traffic off to the left, so those lanes will be shut down by the time you are driving on this road here. So we're just moving past some of these work trucks. Again, obviously none of this will be in place for your commute. It will be just normal travel lanes here.
And coming from the left, from Phillips Highway, is where the Phillips Highway ramp for northbound will come in. So you've got the pour concrete here, and this will merge in with this 95 traffic.
So this is the point where we will be, where Phillips, so we can see the Phillips exit just ahead. There's actually a car that just pulled up off of it. You can see cars entering the highway there. So this is around the point where we are now, where Phillips will join the highway.
So right over here.
So it's going to be an exit coming from the left.
Correct.
Okay, so that's the important point, is where cars are merging onto the highway from the right there. It's actually going to be joining from the left into the highway where we are now.
So now we're going north. We've got I-95 traffic as well as Phillips Highway traffic.
So again, these lanes will be traveling as you normally would for your morning commute, and they're nice and smooth because they're brand new lanes.
Thick concrete.
So we see some of the new overpasses that are being built, and the one that is in operation already as well.
And I would say speed limit will remain at 45 miles per hour through here, as you know, because you still have merging traffic. You'll have people not accustomed to new routes, and so people need to really be paying attention.
And that is important because obviously it's a highway, so your gut says it's 65 miles per hour, but not just because of the construction, but because of all of the new changes that you're seeing on your route. You want to be careful and know that it is 45, even though it's a highway. It's 45 miles per hour here.
And now we will begin merging. We'll see the merging traffic, the existing Atlantic Boulevard traffic, and you'll see them merging from the right. So as this traffic continues,
So the traffic that we're seeing up ahead is your existing Atlantic onto 95 traffic.
Correct.
And that will be something that continues. This will maybe look pretty similar once these lanes open up, as you'll see the traffic merging around this area.
That's right. It's like traffic is merging now, except where they're going currently, they will be going off to the right, and this will be going straight ahead from the 95 traffic. So now we're combined. Right here we have the 95 and the Phillips Highway traffic. Now we're going to merge with the Atlantic Boulevard traffic, and we will be merging to the right onto the new structure.
Okay, so these the traffic is merging. It's not just funneling in on a lane on its own. This is all merging together.
Correct. And yeah, the intent is to have the separate lanes, but then you're still going to have the merging aspect when you get up, because now we're onto the new structure here, where all the traffic, now you've got, at this location is where you've got 95, Phillips, and Atlantic all converging onto this new structure.
Okay, so what we just passed through was the existing Atlantic traffic, so that's where it's going to merge, but instead of obviously continuing off to the left like they're doing now to get onto the highway, it's going to be continuing onto this straight path that we're on now.
Correct, and the intent is to have 5 lanes here, 2 lanes toward the right to take you downtown, and 3 lanes continuing with I-95, and then we'll see on up further ahead that it would merge back to 95.
And talk about what's happening with the bridge exits specifically this weekend as we implement the lane shift.
Correct. Starting Friday night, the Atlantic and Phillips Highway ramps will be closed, so there will be a detour to Kings Avenue on up to Prudential, back around San Marco. Then for those needing to go to 95 north would then get on there near San Marco. Now, with this structure up here, you will have some merging. You will have people coming from 95 that would need to be merging to the right to go downtown. So just to be aware, it's not much different from what you're experiencing with the merge now on 95. Now, we've got to do this shift to be able to take down the existing structure of 95 so we can start building a new structure. So that's why we're shifting over to the right. And when you're going over this and starting a little bit to the left, people who would be going downtown for Prudential, for Main Street Bridge, for Acosta Bridge, you would need to be toward the right because you would be exiting to the right.
So by the time this lane shift is put in place by your Monday morning commute, this stretch of the highway will be operating very similar to what you experience now, where we'll have 3 lanes, the 3 left lanes going straight through to the Fuller Warren. It will be a connection that's built to bring it back to the existing Fuller Warren, and the 2 right lanes will be your bridges exits, just like what we have now. So basically the same type of traffic pattern shifted onto new lanes and connecting back to 95 just south of the Fuller Warren. And that's kind of what we're nearing now. Again, you can see the existing traffic is off to the left, so you've been seeing these lanes being built for some time. And this is part of the Overland Bridge project. A lot of you who have been driving on 95, we know it's a old road. It's something that has had holes open up in the past because of the age, because of the traffic capacity. So shifting traffic onto these new lanes is letting us tear down, demolish, and repair that road so that all of the existing problems should be remedied for the next few decades. So up ahead is where we're starting to see the bridges and how we're going to be exiting off onto those. So what's not built at the point of this video is the exit back to the highway. So where in kind of what we're seeing would that be?
That's correct. These current lanes would be taking you to downtown. Now for the I-95 traffic, would be on the left-hand side. You can't really see it for these barriers, but there's a new concrete that's being poured, and between now and the weekend, and see, we can't, because of existing traffic, we're going to be leaving these lanes or these ramps open during the day this weekend, However, at nighttime they will be closed because we've got to put concrete here to flow it over to across the ramps over to 95 to take this 95 traffic back onto 95 to go toward Full Warm Bridge.
So right around here where we're seeing the traffic cones and everything, that's where we're going to be reconnecting to the highway?
That's correct.
So it will get us back right before the bridge, the pedestrian bridge that goes over the highway, and before the Fuller Warren.
That's correct.